Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to SFR for more racing here at the Portuguese Grand Prix. How you all doing? My name is Jamie or Indigo, and finally alongside me is Oliver. Nice to have you back, mate. Hopefully you're doing all right.
Um, yeah, thanks for the kind messages, guys. Just wanted to point out, thank you for the kind messages, and I appreciate all the support that you guys do. Yeah, we're back. I'm back now after a good week and good 2 weeks away, and looking forward to get back on with the action. And I've been watching the Qatar and the Miami Grand Prix, so they were both good, entertaining races. And JDM is now stopped on track for some reason, which is a bit weird. But yeah, we have got some news on the division that Harry Kane has got a qualifying ban for this event, so he will be starting last for this Grand Prix.
So MDJ, who isn't here tonight, replaced by Jevi Glass, he'll be watching, hoping that Harry Kane does not finish anywhere near in the high places to get the maximum points then. So Harry Kane's got a lot of work to do, but at the same time the pressure is off his shoulders slightly knowing that MDJ is not here. So when MDJ for the first time this season has missed a race, whereas Harry Kane missed one back in, I think it was the Japanese Grand Prix. So this could have huge implications for the championship. And what's the consequence? MDJ has to suffer now for the last few races. Only 3 races left of the season, so I'm quite surprised that he's not turned up for whatever reason. Hopefully MDJ is okay, and we can see him returning for the next race. But JDM jumped the gun. I'm not quite sure what JDM is doing there, whether he's supposed to go out or not, because quite a few cars did go out, but now we've got a flurry of cars out on the circuit for this 5.4 kilometre track, which is full of elevation changes, full of undulation too, and full of twists and turns. So let's see how these drivers manage to get on. Plenty of places to invalidate around here too, and quite easy to make a mistake around here in Portimao. So let's see how these drivers get on there with JDM on the medium compound tyres.
I don't know what they mean by jumping the gun. I don't know what jumping the gun he actually meant. Thank you, Doran. Thank you for the kind welcome. Thank you. But yeah, we'll just go focus on tonight now. But here we go. JDM now through this first section of corners, through sector one. A very tricky first sector actually, as you got a lot of elevation change going through. It's going to be the nature of the circuit really. It's going to be loads of elevation change. The first few corners will be coming a few thick and fast. Going into the tight hairpin now. Nice easy corner to manage. Good not no wheel spin. Going out to the turn there. Now into this very tricky one of the trickiest corner sectors of the track. Braking at the first part and then heavy braking for the second part. Now it goes the roller coaster part. It goes downhill, flat out for the left hand side. They cut the car back a little bit wide there, going through this part of the corner. Flat out again, going back up the hill. And see how tiny it is to this corner. Very good. Uphill braking, so you can brake a little bit later. A good lift off down, change one into third. Now you can let the car loose now. This is fully flat out for the rest of the lap. And he'll finish with a 1 minute 18.7. So good first lap there for GTM as his banker lap.
So yeah, he's on the
thanks, Dan. Thank you for the kind messages. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm back together. I'm glad I'm back together with you, Oliver.
Sorry?
I'm glad I'm back with you, as I've missed you a lot, and it's nice to have you back, as Norris goes quickest with a 16.6 as he finished inside the top 10 back in Miami. There was an action-packed race back in Miami, and we saw controversy towards the final two corners with Harry Kane and Hazara. I'm not quite sure whether the incident reporting blamed Harry Kane for that, because if he did get a qualifying ban for that, I thought it was more Hazara who caused the incident, as he was the one that outbroke himself. But we'll see what the steward says. I think you need to read more stewards' reports.
Currently watching Rogue Smithy now as he's on his flying lap. He'll have to do a very good job today for the Williams team tonight, as he's flying through this second sector. And Rogue Smithy has actually done a very good decent job for the past few weeks, actually. I have been watching him, and he recently caught a podium in the last race with his third place. He's actually on a small bit of a roll right now, going towards the latter part of the season.
Indeed, Harry Kane has retired as Jagimal goes to the top of the time sheets with a 15, 16.5. But we'll see what Rogue Smith can do. Like you said, he's on a charge. He's got one penalty point left before he gets banned as Hazara goes to the top of the time sheets. Where's Rogue Smithy, the Canadian Scouser, goes into P2. So quite a margin between Hazara as he makes another return for the LP team. He was driving for the Saubers last week and they gave him a huge bunch of points for the championship because they're fighting Mercedes for the championship. So it's going to be very tight between Mercedes and the Saubers there in P3 and P4. But as you can see then, Hazara the only man in the 15th so far. Can anybody join him? As we've got some more on their flying laps with Berimi too. He's going towards turn 3. That uphill section, the long climb. Unfortunately, he has validated on the exit of turn 4. He did have a dismal race back in Miami. I think he got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. Then he's had a spin as well later on. So not quite the race Berimi was hoping for in terms of his championship aspirations, but his teammates got a qualifying ban, and MDJ's not here, so this is a big shot for Berimi to get back in a championship fight.
Indeed so, and that's what we got. Then Langfeld went up into P8 with over 17, over 69 there for Langfeld, which is a pretty good work from there. From here, Draugen is about to complete his lap any moment now. He has got travel on the right hand side, which is no problem. We're about to see how the AlphaTauri driver will go through. Will be known as the RB team in a few weeks' time here in SFR. But here we go. Draugen goes up into 3P3 with a 16.5. So Draugen flying at the moment, but no one's coming close to that 15.7 that Hazara did. Really good stuff from Hazara. Of course, he loves his qualifying, of course. And looks like Berimi's going to give it another shot here with the Red Bull.
Yeah, Draugen got his first victory back at the Qatar Grand Prix after a mega drive surviving on much older tyres. But here's Berimi flicking into turn 1 there using quite a lot of road on the outside as we head down into turn 3, down to third gear, kiss the apex, gingerly get on the floor to make sure you don't lose the back of the car as he gets on the loud pedal once again. DRS enabled for this second straight. We're headed downhill into turn 5 we go, braking just after the 100-meter board, locking up the inside. Didn't really make the apex to bury me, and also didn't have a lot of battery when he started the lap time, so he might suffer towards the end on his lap. Now coming towards the double right hander we go. Flat out in the first part, then braking for the second part. Another uphill section which can be really tricky, especially on the rear end of the car. Downhill again, we didn't even see the AlphaTauri until we got downhill towards the section there. But now coming into Portimao, we passed Craig Jones. Craig Jones, a famous corner because I think it is a superbike rider who unfortunately passed away quite a few years ago. I think at Brands Hatch, I think it's a BSB rider who sadly passed away, and they named Craig Jones after him here in Portimao. Here we go, heading towards turn 14 then. A decent exit. It's very easy to have a lot of oversteer and the back end sliding because the tyres can be very hot as we swoop through the right hander at turn 15. Let's see where Berimi can put his Red Bull. As he crosses the line now, it's P2.
Ooh. Very good lap there for Berimi there. Only what, 3/10 slower than Hazara. So if Berimi can really get his lap together, he can really get closer to Hazara. Now it's Glass now. It's about to complete his final lap, going into the first sector.
So let's go on board with the other Williams of Glass then. Got a lot of weight to his shoulders in terms of the Constructors' Championship as Rogue Smithy then has gained a lot of points for Williams in the last race, whereas MDJ did suffer with that 3-second time penalty and picked up more penalties too, as well as the spin. And here comes Glass then. It's going to be a 18.0 for him, and he goes into P5, so he'll be looking to improve on that lap time. We've got an Aston Martin right behind us. I think that is Nordis going for another flying lap. Nordis has been on good form recently, but didn't quite have his way back at the Miami Grand Prix. It is a difficult circuit, of course, but let's see if he try and regain some momentum and rhythm. Sammy's got up to P3. Great lap time from him.
Yeah, but I say, very good lap for Sama there as Laser is on his outlet now. JDM sits at 18.7 on about to improve. He's about to go into P15 with a 17.5. Lord Danny Boy is currently on a flying lap himself in the Ferrari.
Yes, he is indeed.
Which he just invalidated.
I didn't really quite see that. Was the exit at turn 5?
Just beginning part of sector 3.
Oh, so that's the wrong sector there. I was looking at the other Ferrari. I think of Xenon there going through the track map, as I can see. Nordis is a few hundreds up in that middle sector. Is the Norwegian driver going through that tricky turn 13 where the back end can be easily stepped out there as he takes a wide angle to try and carry as much minimum speed as he can on the exit then. As we've got a few cars piled up in that middle sector there, can see a few close together, like it was back in Miami and Qatar as well. But here comes Norris heading round that final corner as he's about to make his way towards the checkered flag. It's going to be a 16.4, promotes him into P4.
Yeah, late and also Laser invalidated in turn one, so he's currently on and he's now having to do another lap in the McLaren. So one of this lap will be invalidated. He probably might set the lap anyways for Delta.
Welcome back, Simon, as well, I think who first raced back in Qatar, and Quace is also here for Aston Martin too. So they're both replacing their drivers there. Simon replacing, I think, Ramavad, who unfortunately is not here. He can't make every race, but every time he does race, he always tends to get a podium on his cars there. But Simon is currently a few hundreds down in that middle sector. But at the same time, Rogue Smithy, I think, invalidated in the first corner, same place as Laser Lord. So that is catching a few people out. It is a fast speed corner. You want to try and use as much exit as you can by going off the track, but obviously you go off the track too much, you will pick up that validation. Here comes Simon now as he makes his way around that final corner. Nobody's matching Hazara. He's the only one in the 15 so far. Simon goes into P8 with a 16.6, then just behind Dragon, who's about to start a flying lap, who's coming in out lap. But shout out to Samid, great pace in the Alpine. He came second in Brazil. I don't think he turned up last week in Miami, but he is back now. I think Vettel replaced him back at the Miami Grand Prix. But once again, Simon proving why he's such a good, strong driver here in SFR. Picked up a few podiums now and then picked up a win, I think, last season, if I remember correctly. But Mackett in the other Alpine, unfortunately, is not here. Mackett, who also won a Grand Prix this season, along with Ramavaj too, and a Laser Lord as well. Quite a few race winners here in SFR, which is quite good to see. But can anybody beat Hazara tonight?
Currently, Laser's on his flying lap right now in the McLaren.
As we watch his progress.
And look at that. Oh, Zara. Well, if anyone's not going to touch the 57, you try to be 15.5.
I think Laser went a bit too wide coming out of Portimao there, just too wide, and unfortunately really connect or hook up with the apex on the next corner. So as we head down to turn 13, I think Laser might lose a bit of lap time due to that little mistake by trying to go a bit too wide to open up the corner for turn number 12, I think, heading into Portimao at the exit of Craig Jones then. So he might lose a bit of lap time, but let's see where the Brit goes here in the McLaren in the pit lane.
That's where he's going to put himself, in the pit lane. So what we got? Martin, he's about to complete he's going to start his flying lap in the Merc.
I don't know if you saw that, but Rogue Smithy was braking and he locked up his rears and went off the track. And Langfeld says Lazara let go of his throttle before the line. So he's clearly coasting while setting fast laps.
Ooh. I think he's pretty much been teasing everyone, to be honest.
Nobody can match him. Only Harry Kane was close to him back in Miami, separated by 200. But unfortunately could not take that race wing. Hazara is absolutely flying tonight. 6/10 gap he's got over the rest of the field. The mighty Norwegian there in P1 going for his second consecutive victory here in SFR this season. Picked up a few wins as a reserve driver, but what could it have been for him if he was a full-time driver in DB? So he's got other commitments like esports teams, such as ETA, which is a very busy esports team as well, and he can't make it on every single Tuesday, unfortunately for him. But Martin is currently a few hundreds down in the middle sector. Martin, we called him Hulk with no podiums, but he's struggling now to get inside the top 10 majority of the races. So his recent form of being in the top 6 in the last few races has disappeared. He struggles to get to the top 10. So let's see what Martin does in the pit lane again.
So clearly, most of the drivers are not pretty much happy with it. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty gutted I missed this race, because I would have loved to compete in here. I actually loved Portimao circuit, but no, my return race will be next week at the Las Vegas GP, which I have never raced there before, never done any sort of laps there before, and I'll tell you now, I'm actually pretty nervous how it's all going to play out in Las Vegas, because I've never done any sort of laps or anything around there, so which would be very fun to do. Lord Danny Boy is kind of on an out lap along with Laser, so Lord Danny Boy will be first to set a lap out of the two guys that hasn't set a lap yet, so it should be fun to see how that plans out.
And shout out to his Ferrari teammate Zenum, who's currently inside the top 10 there, so can he keep it up? His best qualifying came at the Spanish Grand Prix way early in the season. He's currently in 10th place, so 6 thousandths behind Martin too. He has struggled in the last few races, has DNF'd, but hopefully he can finally pick up that race pace he needs, because it is a difficult game to get used to. Although you don't need to get used to it anymore, because we're going to go on to the 24 game, and hopefully that suits his style and my style too. So on board with the other Ferrari of Lord Danny Boy. His best result came at the Monza Grand Prix, but I think he picked up a podium that day, did Lord Danny Boy, because there was a lot of chaos unfolding in that race. He's a 21.9 in the first set, so we don't have a real reference for his lap time because he hasn't set one, so we don't know what exactly that is in comparison to the best time there. But anyways, coming out of turn 5, going into this double right-hander, one of my favourite parts of the section, slowing fast out, really lovely corner here at the exit of turn 8 there as we go into Craig Jones corner. This left-hander, flat out of course, and now we're going towards Portimao. And let's see how it takes it. Very nice there, getting the back on the throttle without losing traction. At 51.8 in the middle sector. I don't think that's too bad at 51.8, but as we head now towards 13, we go into 4th gear, getting the back on the throttle as soon as the car is straightened up. As we head now towards the right-hander of turn 14, these can be really difficult corners, as every single driver, barring Harry Kane, is on a flying lap. I think Chevy Glass has gone for a flying lap in the Williams right now, but here comes Danny Boy now across the line, only P15 unfortunately for him, as we've got everybody lining up one by one to start their final flying laps.
He's about to come around the final turn right now. He's in the McLaren, so let's see how this time will plan out. It's going to be a 1 minute 16.4. That's P7 for Laser. And I'll tell you, no, it's not a bad lap there for Laser, but with all the other drivers about to come out now, it's all going to get very interesting around this part of the lap. Noldis is currently flying at the moment in the Aston Martin. Let's see how he cracks on through the second sector. Flat out with the first right-hander, brakes on for the second. Beautiful line through there, absolutely neat and tidy from Noldis. Was in Division 2 at the early start of the season, but now he's really shown himself here in Division 1. Absolutely neat and tidy. 10th up in the second sector.
No!
Who was that in the Haas? That was Yargamel. Dear.
That's not the first time Yargamel's made contact with somebody. That happened in Saudi Arabia, and that's going to be a clear penalty once again. The Haas man needs to pay attention to see who's on a lap time. I feel so sorry for Noldis there. He was improving as well, had a good middle sector. I really do feel bad for him. But Yargamel,
this is the second time now, mate. Come on.
Yeah, he needs to watch what he's doing, but every single driver is on a lap time except Noldis now, so let's see who is closest towards the line as Yargamel heads through turn 1. Who to keep an eye on in these closest stages qualifying. I'm going to ball with Martin. He's further up the road in comparison to the rest. There is an Aston Martin making its way towards the line. That is Noldis in the pit lane. Yargamel's retired. Danny Boy's retired. Yargamel crashed out at turn 3, which is very interesting indeed. Looks like a Williams has crashed out at turn 5. So looks like they're having struggles there. Was that Rogue Smithy? I'm not quite sure. Here comes Martin coming towards the line. Now what's he going to do in the Mercedes? P9 just, but there's an Alpine right behind us in the pit lane. There's an Alfa Romeo in the pit lane too. There's a Haas coming towards the finish line. That's Smoke who goes up into, where'd he go? 9th place there for the Haas man indeed. Next across the line, Hazara's in the pit lane, so he won't be improving. Next man is Adams in P14 there. What can he do? I think he's got up to P11, which he just did. Quace invalidated his lap time. JDM is P17. The Ferrari man of Zenin pushed outside the top 10. Can he get himself back in there? It is P13 only for the Norwegian. Both AlphaTauris now making their way towards the line. Where's Joao going to go? P4. Where's his teammate going to go? P15 there. 11 places separated. And I think that's going to be the end of qualifying unless Bearimi can do anything about it, which he can't do. And Jevio Warrior Glass.
Yeah, so it's horrible. Azara is on pole.
What a lap time. Nobody could touch him there. And it's 6/10 between himself and his nearest competitor. So Hazara is absolutely flying. But this is good for Bearimi because MDJ is not here. And his teammate starts in last. Bearimi's had a difficult few races in the past few races of this season, so this could be his comeback, massive comeback to get a whole lot of points. And when MDJ returns, it's going to be a titanic battle between the top three gladiators this season: Bearimi, Hurricane, and MDJ. The last two races.
So, MDJ will be probably watching now with teeth, literally grinding his teeth on with nails, and praying that Harry Kane is going to struggle throughout this race.
It's going to be
So,
very hard to come back to the field in 20th place there. Let's see what his strategy is like, as I think Lazy's going to cross the line to go into 7th place there. I think that was quite a long time ago, so waiting for some people to retire and we can get going. Yes, we are then. So let's see what happens to Harry Kane. Will he suffer in the midfield? Will he stay there? Will the DRS train disadvantage him and therefore he can't move up through the field?
the funny thing is that the last time he was in last place was in Brazil, but he had but he had the luckiness of a sprint race in the middle of the main race. But today he's not going to get that. He's got to go through the entire race, starting last. So Brazil's been different, of course, with the sprint, but this one today he doesn't. So that's going to be a very interesting factor how he's going to plan out his race today.
That's a very good point indeed. No sprint race to help him for the future race. It's all about what he could do in the next 33 laps of this Grand Prix. It's going to be very cautious. It's going to be very hectic going down into the first sector there. As drivers may run off the track, it's going to be a very good start indeed. Let's run you through the championship standings. Leads by 7 points ahead of Harry Kane. Further back is Berimi with 313 points, 24 points away from Harry Kane. Lays coming in P4 ahead of Drago, Ramovac in 6th, Martin in 7th, being hunted down slowly but surely by Langfell. Jagermal in 9th ahead of Nordus, Maki in 11th there, the only driver outside the top 10 to have a win this season. Samid in 12th behind his teammate, but might gain more points. He's only 2 points away from Mackett. Lord Danny Boy in 13th ahead of Adams. Rogue Smithy climbs up the order now as he has 119 points. Atlas Copo 16th, Smoke in 17th, Xenom 18th, JDM 19th, and Sonic Hawk in last. Red Bull lead the championship by 116 points. It's in their grasp to win the championship. Williams in second place, just ahead of Mercedes by about 42 points there, as we have the formation lap underway. I think Sauber are close to Mercedes. They're about 6 points away from Mercedes. Alfa Tauri are quite close to Alfa Romeo too. McLaren is 6th there. Not a good season for McLaren, considering they were champions last season with Harry Kane and Laser. Aston Martin 7th, Alpine 8th, Haas in 9th, and Ferrari in last place.
Well, Ronaldo's accidentally pressed the ready up button for not allowing everyone to do their strategy. So Harry Kane is on the soft tyre going into this race. I really hope Martin notices this because that is not good for Harry Kane at this point. Because knowing Portugal is quite a high degraded circuit.
Oh yes, it is indeed. But will there be an early safety car to help Harry Kane's strategy? He's not the only one on the softs. Our race leader is on the soft compound tyres too. So he's going for maybe, I'm not quite sure, because I've not really used the soft compound tyres around this track. It's usually mediums to hards or hards to mediums for me, as I did race on those tyres, which worked out in the end. But can Hezara break the DRS gap and keep ahead of Berimi? It's going to be very interesting with mixture of strategies going on throughout the whole field, but which is the best strategy? As I'll look at the stewards there to see what happens. So I don't think this is about Harry Kane or Hezara. It's about qualifying, I think, between Harry Kane, Xenom, and MDJ, because I thought it was about turn 17, but it turns out something happened in qualifying between Harry Kane, Xenom, and MDJ, which I didn't catch on stream unfortunately. So that's why it's got a qualifying ban.
So, yeah, I'm about to say, I did watch the footage actually. I think it was Harry Kane, Vettel, and MDJ. I think that was going on between those three there, but I didn't. So, about to line up now, see what's going to happen next. Zara starting on softs. Berimi needs to pretty much win today to keep himself in the championship, of course. Apologies if you can hear my dog. She's very happy to see me, to say the least.
And we're happy to see you too.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, first race back. Let's have some fun. 33 laps of this amazing Portuguese circuit. So let's see how this works. Let's see how it all plans out today. I'm really intrigued to see how far Zara is going to get away from this group.
We'll have the early advantage, but will Berimi try and get him back on those mediums once those softs start fading away. Now, for the most exciting part in this Grand Prix, we're waiting for the lights to go out. 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And we are underway for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Hazara gets a decent start, as you expect, but watch out for Samid. He's going side by side with Berimi, heading down into turn one. We go. Berimi has the inside line, the racing line. As we can see, the AlphaTauri,
Oh,
Aston Martin scrapping away.
contact! Three cars round.
Oh, it's Martin Quays and Langford dropped to the back of the order. Rogue Smithy and Laser scrapping away. Rogue Smithy on those medium compound tyres wants to make ground. There's more contact. There's an AlphaTauri who's gone for a spin. That's Atlas Copo at the exit of turn 4 there. That's catching a lot of people out with the back in the car. Stepping out. Jagerman versus Nolder to make contact once already in qualifying, but this time get away unscathed. And this time Nolder stays ahead of Jagermal. He puts himself back into P5 then. So quite a chaotic start around here in Portimao, going for spins into turn 1.
Harry Kane's got an absolute blinder of a start there. He's only made up 7 positions already in the Red Bull, knowing he's on the soft compound, and he needs to, because he's needs to get this way up back on the field. That's an Alpine round. Who's that? That's Rogue Smithy, and Harry Kane made contact with the McLaren and JDM. So right now, Harry Kane needs to be careful. No damage needed in the early laps of this race.
Rogue Smithy's dropped down into 16th place, then just ahead of Martin Williams versus Mercedes, of course, for the constructors. As Zenum there has made up quite a few places. I'm trying to get my timing glitch there. Timing tower, sorry. As you can see, Zenum's up into 9th place. There's a multi-car battle going on in the final corner with Adams, JDM, Hurricane, Jalgun's overtaking Samit for P3 as we watch this scrap develop between the midfield. Hurricane, 10 places in one lap. 20th to 10th in one lap. Incredible. Definitely reaping those soft compound tyres to his advantage there, and it's proven to be up into 10th already.
I'll tell you now, if Harry Kane could ask for a dream start going into this race, he would have bite your hand off. But Harry Kane, knowing his quality, he's absolutely flying. And we've got an awesome battle going on here between Nolder and Dragon. Nolder's on the inside of Dragon and gets the place done. 3rd place for Nolder.
There's already a big gap starting to develop now in between the midfield. The cars are distributed around the circuit now, as Hazara's already got a 2.2 second advantage towards Berimi, trying to make the most of the soft compound tyres while they last. However, Zenum versus Hurricane is all over the back of the Ferrari driver. Will he go in down the inside into Portimao, lunge it down the inside? Zenum tries to stick around the outside, but I don't think he has the grip. Does Zenum there on those hard compound tyres, and Hurricane already is up into P9. What a dream start in 2 laps, gained 11 places. Can he keep it up though? Might get harder now as he gets towards the upper end of the field there, and might be stuck in that DRS trade, although there's quite a few gaps in between.
I'll tell you now, that's like Senna-esque for Harry Kane. Senna-esque. And it's fitting really, since we're going into Imola for the next race, celebrating the anniversary of Senna. And look at that, Smoke and Laser on fight. So if he Smoke just gone past Laser, he's now gone up into 7th place.
Great move there from Nordus indeed. Laser, sorry. Oh, sorry. Seen him there? Nope, it's the wrong person once again.
You mean Smoke?
Yeah, Smoke. As JDM are scrapping away with Adams and Xenos. It's been a very long day, unfortunately, for me. Not in a good way either. But here comes the Ferrari now of Lord Danny Boy.
That dive from Lord Danny Boy! Oh my word, what a dive that is! Take the teammate, and now taking on the Mercedes of Adams.
Tries to take 2 for 1, but he's got the outside line. Would he keep the momentum going? He can't though, because Adams has got the racing line, has a bit of a wobble on out of the corner, but still stays in front. Mighty battles in the midfield, of course, and you can see all the gaps started to develop there. As Rogue Smithy goes down the inside into Portimao we go. Optimistic move there for Rogue Smithy as he tries to make his way back to the field after that early spin in the race, but the Alfa Romeo is not giving up. You can see Rogue Smithy's pushed on the curb, outbrakes himself and stays behind the Alfa Romeo. As you can see that the background, Quace and Martin, who lost a lot of positions after their contact earlier on lap 1, turn 1, are trying to make their way back to the field too. Atlas Copo, unfortunately, is down in last place after he spun himself going out of turn number 4. But here we go on the straight there. The multi-car battle going on for the battle for 10th place. They're all in one big DRS train, of course. And as you can see, Berimi is starting to lose touching distance between himself and Hazara. Then he might not be able to try and gain on Hazara because he's pulled a massive gap already. And I thought Rogue Smithy would try and go down the inside, but has to wait. Would he try and get a better exit? As you can see, Adam's trying to offset himself into turn 4 to try and get a good lunge. And Atlas Copa has gone for a spin at the exit of turn 2. And here comes Adams on the McLaren. Let's see if he goes around the outside on the medium compound tyres. Down the inside goes Simon on Zenum. And as we continue out of turn 5, Adams is still alongside the McLaren driver, but he has to back out for the time being, not willing to go side by side in risky corners indeed. And Simon looks like he stayed ahead.
Harry Kane has made a position on Laser, and now he's about to take on the 2 Haas boys in front of him.
Very spicy indeed. There are the two Haas boys causing a roadblock. One of them's left the session, which is Yagamal. That's the third time in a row Yagamal's left because of internet connection issues, unfortunately for him. So he's going to drop down the order. So one easy place there for Hurricane, and the next one is Smoke on the medium compound tyres, which should be easy with the helping hand of the soft compound tyres and the DRS then.
So we're about to see how Hurricane will dispatch Smoke. DRS activated. Pulls to the right hand side, as you'll expect. And the Red Bull driver is through. And now he's got Salmon in front of him now. About 2.5 seconds ahead. Tell you what, 4 laps, 6th place. He couldn't ask for much better, couldn't he?
Indeed, and here comes McLaren steaming up the inside into turn 3, trying to take back the position he lost towards the Mercedes driver of Adams there, but he held his ground for the time being. They both have DRS in the back of the Haas man, who has left the session as we continue going wheel to wheel. Look at that in the back, I thought Simon lost the car there, going out on the straight with his battle with Rogue Smithy as they both go wheel to wheel into turn 5 we go, barging wheels there, and I think looks like Rogue Smithy's just got ahead of Simon, and Adam stays ahead of JDM for the time being. Lord Boy makes his move on Yagamal, who's left the session then, so Yagamal, unfortunately for him, will be dropping down like a stone, and Simon has overtaken Dragon then, so let's see what has happened. I think Dragon has made a mistake. You can see gravel traps on his tyres, so indicating he might have oversteered off the track.
And the one guy you do not want to make a mistake, and now he's got Mr. You-Know-Who behind him, now with DRS.
Indeed, as Hurricane then will get the DRS in the back of Dragon, so Dragon's costing mistake has cost him a lot of time towards Summit, and now Hurricane will be all over the back of him. I didn't expect Hurricane to be in P6 already in this Grand Prix, but Hazara has got a very healthy lead in front of him. 4 seconds is the gap between himself and Berimi, but in a few laps time those medium compound tyres should be coming towards life, or I say that better, should be a better tyre than the soft compound tyres indeed, as Hurricane then looking for ways to get past Dragon in front of him, has the DRS on the straight, but is he close enough to make a lunge going down into turn 5? No, he's not for the time being, so he stays behind him. Can Dragon get himself back in DRS range of Sammy, who's on those hard compound tyres? I think Nordis is starting to creep up on Berimi. The battle for P2 and P3 might be getting interesting. Nordis has got some mighty pace, and he's currently on the podium for the time being.
I think Noldes, in my view, it just loves Portugal. It's one of the circuits, to be fair. He's shown absolute awesome pace around here. Hurricane loses the back end just slightly going through the Portimao corner there. So that's going to cost him a fair bits. But looks like Yakima has rejoined the session, which is good to see. But let's see how Hurricane will dispatch Dragon here, because Dragon is getting a little bit close to Salmon now, about 3/10 away from the DRS. So Hurricane will need to push a little bit here to get past Dragon to make the strategy work. DRS for Hurricane. It's like Max Verstappen in that car, isn't he? It suits him really in the Red Bull. But he looks like he's going to bide his time. He's going to wait it out for the next DRS zone. Will be after the sector coming up now. So let's see how this works.
And JDM unfortunately has been swamped by 2 drivers. Rogue Smithy and Lord Anipoy got past him. No, this has got Berimi. Let's have a look. Where is that? I can't find him. It has to spun, but here's Nordis then, up into P2. Thanks to Yagamal, my timing thing glitched, so I couldn't really go on board as quick as I wanted to. Simon spun as well. I'm missing all the action. What is going on with my timing board? It won't let me select the drivers because of Yagamal. So thank you very much, Yagamal, for leaving the session. But anyway, Simon and Smoke have dropped down the order. Lang falls down in 17th place then, so quite a lot of chaos. Unfortunately, that I missed. I don't really miss things, but that's...
It's not really your fault, is it? So we got a big massive train right now, right behind Lord Danny Boys. Rogue Smithy go down the inside. Can he get the outside move going into the next turn, I wonder? He's got the outside line, he's going to have the drive. Can he get the move done? Yes, he can. Rogue Smithy going up into P9.
Redemption drive, after that spin, he's up into P9 then. So back where he originally was, I think, during qualifying, if not 2 or 1 place back. But I don't know what happened to Berimi now, because last time I saw it, Nordis was 1.4 seconds away, and all of a sudden he's overtaken it then. So Nordis has got some mighty pace, but Berimi is starting to close back on the battle for P2 then, as Nordis has used a lot of EOS though to try and overtake Berimi though, so that might be the reason why, trying to use all that battery to try and get closer towards his rival. Rogue Smithy's dropped 2 places, and here comes JDM up the inside into turn 1. It's not going to make that stick. You can't go too wide into turn 1. It's impossible, unless of course you go very slowly into that corner. But here comes Martin now, trying to make a lunge up the inside into turn 3. Will he have the exit of turn 4. This is going to be a mighty battle. This multi-car battle is really interesting, really getting heated between these guys there. Here comes JDM down the inside into turn 5. Here comes Martin up the inside of Rogue Smithy. Let's see who gets ahead of who. Martin is still a side by side. Now he's overtaken the Ferrari driver. What great release at the corner. Martin's taken on 2 places to the exit of turn 5. He's got off the track. Here comes Rogue Smithy up the inside. Not a place to fight with the inside. You can see that Lord Daddy Boy is getting out of shape. Rogue Smithy goes through, and Lord Daddy Boy got absolutely swamped now, unfortunately. He's down into 12th place.
What a midfield fight this is going between these guys right here. Absolutely brilliant. What, 5 cars? 5 to 6 cars. And Rogue Smithy gets his time penalty for multiple warnings. I'll tell you what's like, what, 6 cars in this fight here? Absolutely thrilling racing at the moment.
Lord Danny Boy's lost the car and he's been overtaken by 2 people. The back end was sliding around, unfortunately, at the exit of turn 13. That is a very tricky corner. It's got the power without losing the back end. You gingerly want to get on the throttle by squeezing it very slightly there. But you can see Bearimi then hunting down or trying to re-overtake Nordus for P2. Oh, Bearimi, he's made a mistake, has he? Yes, he has. I thought it was lag. He's oversteered out of turn 4. I think that was the place where he lost the position, you know. Because
I think it was, yeah.
I think you're right, because he did get overtaken before turn 5.
Oh my word, this multi-car battle is getting really heated as Harry Kane is stuck now behind Draugen. It's because Draugen's caught behind Sama, but all this lot at the moment in the midfield is really spicy between all these 6 cars. We've got Simon trying to get past JDM. Kane has got a good drive on the hairpin, overtaking Simon now. Really gritty, frantic stuff here in Portugal between these 6 cars.
Indeed, and whilst this is going on, can Nordus break free of the DRS he has, but he's derating. Will Bearimi try and use the ERS, try and get himself back in that lucrative 1 second range of that DRS, but he's 1.5 behind. He's starting to lose time towards Nordus then. He's really struggling. Quace gets a 3-second time penalty. This midfield scrap is very feisty indeed between all these drivers here. But like you said, Harry Kane is stuck behind Jargon because he's got the DRS in the back of Samir, so he's carrying the same speed as him. Here we go then, the battle for P4 is getting intense. Jargon overtakes, and here comes Harry Kane with his straight line speed. He overtakes Samir too. We've seen plenty of this as well in the past where people have been overtaken by 2 people as well, so that's very interesting. The power of the DRS and the slipstream going down into turn 1. I've experienced it myself as well, where I've overtaken 2 people when they don't have DRS because it's such a long straight with the power of the DRS and the wings as well. But Jargon's out to P4, Harry Kane in P5, and let's see if he can try and hunt down his teammate and Nordus if he gets past Dragon, of course.
Hazara right now 8 seconds ahead of Nordus. He's absolutely flying away at the moment, making those tyres to the best of his advantage. If Nordus can't make any answer for what's going on in this midfield fight, Rogue Smithy trying to overtake one of the Mercs. That's Martin he was trying to overtake. No can do. Martin shuts the door on him. Simon is stuck behind Case at the moment. Right now, Smithy's pushing Martin at the hill at the moment, giving the piggyback ride he wanted, but at the moment it's not working.
He goes up the inside though, into turn 11 we go. He makes contact with Martin. Martin's still around the outside though, so Martin and Smithy getting very rough indeed between these two as Rogue Smithy has to sell. He knows he has the DRS though, so it should be a golden opportunity to overtake him. Down into turn 1 we go. However, the battle for P4 is getting still spicy between Harry Kane, Dragon and Summit there. If I try and get my graphics right, for some reason I don't have it, but here we go. Going down into turn 1, Harry Kane has now got ahead of Dragon, but how good are these soft compound tyres? Are these softs starting to degrade? I know it sounds silly because Harry Kane's moving up the order quite quickly, but at the same time these softs are dying. 10 laps in, their peak performance are gone, and Rogue Smithy goes up the inside of Martin into turn 1, so he does get that move done, but Martin with the DRS backing him going down into turn 5, so let's see if he can re-overtake him. It's all getting spicy now. Rogue Smithy goes out wide, Martin steps himself up out of turn 4, somebody spun further down the order. I think that's Quace who's gone for a spin, or Simon. Simon's gone for a spin, unfortunately, but here goes Martin back on Rogue Smithy. Here comes the other Aston Martin down the inside, and let's see then, does he make the move? Quace gets up the inside of JDM, which he does, gives a bit of a squeeze off the track, but all friendly indeed, and looks like Quace has got ahead of the McLaren driver so far. Great battles indeed between the midfield runners.
Unbelievable. This is just unbelievable. Rogue Smithy got his elbows out of Martin, which is pretty good. Then they're going to JD go down the inside of Case. Can he get the move done? No. Case goes a little bit wide on the curb there, but doesn't get the move done. JDM trying to make the soft time work, but not working out for it so far. And he's already the soft time degrading. Hazara, right at the moment, almost 9 seconds ahead of this field. It's unbelievable. Sandman trying to get past Dragon, no can do. Dragon's still on the coattails of Harry Kane. At the moment, it's not looking too bad. Adams has actually gone past Laser there. Adams having a flyer at the moment in this Grand Prix.
Yeah, it looks like he's broke away from this train. Those two have escaped from this second train indeed. Consisting of Smithy, Martin, Quace, JDM, Lord Danny Boy down there too, and Simon who's dropped away unfortunately, but this is getting very feisty now between all these guys, and Adams and Laser there, we're working together to try and catch up towards Simon, who's actually dropping DRS outside of Dragon. Dragon's still clinging on towards Harry Kane, but can Harry Kane catch his own teammate? Those medium tyres should be better now in comparison to the soft compound tyres. Their softs should be coming to an end shortly, but Hazaro's got some mighty pace and doesn't seem like his pace is going to be dropping anytime soon. Maybe doing soft and medium, which is quite optimistic around here, but it's all about how you can make the tyres work, the setup of course, how you drive, is it smooth, but you can see Lord Danny Boy creeping all over the back of JDM there trying to
Here
regain
goes
some ground.
Martin down the inside of Smithy once more.
As Martin goes up the inside of Rogue Smithy, but can't quite pay it off as Rogue Smithy has the outside line and stays ahead. I love seeing battles, by the way. Here he is up the inside into turn 13, we go. Was that tactical for Rogue Smithy because he might get DRS, although he's trying to fight him up the inside but decides to back out of it. So could be tactical there for Rogue Smithy to back out of it and try and get the DRS. I don't think he'll broke himself going into turn 13.
Rogue Smith was trying to play the tactical game in our view, but what do we know? But here comes, look at this. Look at Kate and the Aston Martin. You're going to a free wide, Jamie.
And Quace has taken them both on. He puts himself up into P9 ahead of Rogue Smithy, so the power of the DRS is really powerful here. And Quace has made two moves on two drivers. And let's see then how he pays.
JDM overtakes Lord Danny Boy in a bit of a bullish fashion. Here comes Smoke and Yargamel. The two Haas boys are now getting involved. And so is Simon. I'll tell you now, this is, but no. Yeah, the two Haas boys are going first. Now, an 8-car, 7-car fight for this P10 position. Well, not even that, P9 position. Unreal.
I wish it was the battle for the lead because we're getting very interesting indeed, but still, any battle is any battle and we'll take it. But Quace's move, out-dragging them both, double slipstream, just went around the outside and just flew past. Lord Danny Boy goes up around the outside into Portimao then, so that's a great move there for Lord Danny Boy to have the confidence. Both Hasses are trying to fight back. We know Yagamel, who started inside the top 10, but unfortunately his internet let him down and he's down into 15th place then. We know we might get a qualifying ban for the next race if Nordis reports it, but however, it's not really affecting Nordis because he is... Oh, Rogue Smithy spun at turn 14.
Oh dear, Rogue Smithy, bit of unlucky there for Rogue Smithy on the racing line there, and here comes Zenon. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's a race killer there for Rogue Smithy. Unfortunately, spun 3 times in this Grand Prix, and his chances now of getting anywhere near the front have disappeared then. So Williams won't have a big points advantage in the constructors. Maybe benefits Mercedes, but what's going on between JDM and Smoke there? It looks like he made contact, so Smithy's retired in the pit lane. Here comes Smoke and JDM. JDM's off the track. Might have to give the place back due to illegal overtaking. As we go down into turn 5 we go. Smoke has the inside line.
Oh my god! Did you see how smart? Did you see? Was it? I don't know. Was it Simon going around the outside there? Or was one of the Alfa Romeos that James getting bullish with the Haas boys? Oh my word! Did you see that dive on the outside of one of the cars on the outside?
I only saw the Alfa Romeo at the very last moment, but when I saw him, he was sideways, so I presume he made contact with one of them.
Whew. Feisty race.
I'm surprised. Harry Kane is in the pit lane then to get rid of his soft compound tyres. I think mediums can go towards the end. So their strategy from soft to medium has worked out. Those softs could go further than expected.
So is 13 to 14 laps the maximum for the soft tyres, I wonder?
Let's see where Harry Kane feeds in. Will he rejoin behind this midfield battle, as although JDM and the Alfa Romeo in the pit lane? Did the Alfa Romeo hit JDM? They were very close to each other on the track map. I'm not quite sure. Did Simon hit the back of JDM? But Martin picks up a 3-second time penalty, which is going to cost him towards the end of this race there. Let's see if the Alfa Romeo's got any damage. It doesn't look like it, so he escaped from that. But it's AlphaTauri in last place, so unfortunately he's gone for a spin. The exit of 14 there gets going once again. This is a very difficult track.
Especially when the tyre wear comes in, you've got all this elevation change, all these crests going in as well. All about, like you said, this throttle inputs you're talking about, the gent the gentleness you have on the throttle. It's all about drivability. Going around this track is very much a throttle, careful, steady track. When it comes to elevation change, you need to get the traction you need. And here we go, the leader's in.
I can't believe that as well. It looks like the medium and I didn't really gain on Hazara. But Nordis is doing absolutely his best to try and keep Berimi out of that 1 second range of DRS then. This is crucial for Berimi too because he knows Harry Kane is on the charge. He's on a fresh set of the medium compound tyres. Down in 12th place is Harry Kane. But he's going to catch the two Hasses and Lord Danny Boy with the pace he's going at too. So we're going to watch out for him as he makes his way back through the field. But Hazara feeds into 7th place there. And the only thing that could go wrong for him, look at that, the exit of turn 1, he completely went off the track, but I don't think he'll give a damn about that because he's way too far ahead anyway.
Well, I'll tell you now, I think Hazara has definitely got this in the bag in case anything else goes wrong, in our view. So as of right now, Hazara has definitely got this under control. Berimi is going to fight all the way for Noldis.
Noldis has got some amazing pace.
How's Harry Kane coming on with this fight here? He's stuck in traffic at the moment. He came out in a bad position, really, between the two Hasses and Lord Danny Boy. So he's stuck in some traffic here. It's Harry Kane. Very close breaking down, almost into the contact of the Argabel, but he's doing all right.
He's got so much grip, so much purchase on those medium compound tyres. The one thing he can't afford is to be stuck behind these guys and make contact too, which is very important for his championship aspirations, not to make contact with these guys on older tyres. We saw it back in Qatar when they were close to making contact with drivers on older tyres, of course. But here's Harry Kane then all over the back of the Ferrari boy of Lord Danny Boy. And you can see Hazara's been overtaken by a laser or the other way around. But if you watch Harry Kane now as he's right in the back of the Ferrari, might have lost him a bit of time towards his rivals, the battle for P1 and P2, who's staying out there extra long as well. So maybe going from mediums to softs, all those guys. But here is Harry Kane then taking on one Ferrari, taking on the Haas. He might have to slam on the brakes as well as we go down into turn 1. I didn't expect these guys to fight too hard, because they're on older tyres.
Exactly. Now there we go. Now Yargamel down the inside of Lord Danny Boy gets the move done. Smoke's D-rating, and so you know for a fact it's going to be a little bit difficult here for Smoke to hold on against his teammate. Because look at that, Azara has now already gone past Aiden's Mercedes. He's now just up into P5, making the strategy work out for him. He is in the world of his own, and well, camped on his deck chair here in Portugal.
Running a lonely race, although Laser is right behind him. But he's done a good job to break Laser out of his DRS though, because those two were close together. Adam's overtaken Laser a few laps ago, and he's broken the DRS too. So the Mercedes driver is showing some promising pace there for Adams. Had a difficult race back in Qatar after he crashed at turn 3, and he caused a safety car too. But here he is in Portugal, coming around the final corner in 6th place there. I think these medium runners...
Oh, massive contact! Simon and JDM made contact!
Will that cause any sort of safety car? There they are then. No, because they're not in the wall and they haven't lost their wings. So no safety car deployed as the McLaren driver has entered the pit lane. That is Laser to get rid of his hard compound tyre. So the hard runners haven't really benefited from this, because they've not really made the progress they want to from going from hards to mediums. But maybe it'll come back later because the guys on mediums might go to softs, it seems. Because you don't really stay out there too long on those medium compound tyres unless you go to softs.
Yeah, the two Haas boys are now fighting away. Smoke and Yargamel. Yargamel gets past his teammate. Lord Danny Boy just cruising in the Ferrari. As we currently on lap 18 of this Portuguese Grand Prix. Things starting to calm down now slightly. But we'll see how the second half of the race will plan out.
So I think first and second, then are definitely going towards the soft compound tyres. Noldis is doing a fantastic job to keep Berimi just outside of 1 second range. It creeps in and creeps out all the time. It fluctuates between the two. Simon picked up a 3-second time penalty, but the gap he's managing to keep Berimi out of his DRS, he's definitely got some strong pace here tonight. Is Nordis, the former tier or Div 2 driver as we call it, is doing a fantastic job here in Div 1, proving his worth, and he's been on form ever since the Singapore Grand Prix too. So that's amazing to see his progress. Harry Kane is all over the back of Martin. Remember, Mercedes and Red Bull on a championship fight for the constructors, but how hard will Martin fight this? There's nothing he could do, absolutely nothing he could do. You can see the grip difference already. He overtaken before DRS was activated, and he's up into secure 7th place ahead of Martin there.
We've got a little taste of the scrap between Lord Danny Boy and the Haas team. currently just DRS training at each other at the moment. Zenon's in from the Ferrari. So as of right now, the podium positions look like it's going to go towards Azara as winning. Noldis will be possibly second, and Berimi possibly third. But we'll see how it all plans out after the stops. Azara gets past his teammate.
I think that was orchestrated.
Very well orchestrated.
Yeah, there's no way Sam is going to hold up his own teammate.
Especially if it's Azara. Especially if it's Azara in that car.
So Hazara's up into P4 now. The top three, we're still waiting for them to pit. We've got a few people who haven't pitted yet because they're going for the more durable tyres at the start. So I really underestimated this tyre strategy because I thought it'd be hards to mediums or mediums to hards, but it looks like the soft compound tyres aren't a bad tyre all around the circuit.
Not at all. I can say that for a fact. And I've always thinking something like this. If it was Division 2 racing on, I don't know, on tonight, and watching these guys on a Monday, you got to tell you what, great tire data going into this one. But I'll tell you now, this has been a fantastic race for Division 1, especially with tires wise, especially how the soft tires are performing. 1.5 the second between Noldis and Berimi. We've got pit stops coming in now for Smoke and Lord Danny Boy. Lord Danny Boy softs, Laser overtaking Langfell. That is P10 for Laser.
This track may be difficult, but once you get it hooked up, it's absolutely beautiful to drive. The fast-flowing circuit, the undulation, elevation changes.
Azara Dragon.
There he is up into P3 then, so Hazara is back on the podium, but we all know he was going to be there anyway, so there's nothing that can stop Hazara. The top two won't be a threat. When will the top two pit? How long are they going to stay out there on these mini compound tyres before they go to the sauce? As we know it, the sauce could go 30, 40 laps. I'm surprised Berimi didn't go in the pit lane, though, so that's very interesting.
So Nolan stayed out how many laps longer? 5 laps longer?
He did indeed. Hazara was on the soft compound tyres, that's why he went on the mediums earlier on, but let's see where he joins then. It's going to be a close battle between himself and Hurricane because that's who Hurricane was fighting. And let's see where the two Norwegian drivers end up. Hazara, Hurricane will overtake Nordis, but Nordis on those fresher soft compound tyres, so he might be able to get him towards the end of this race. He should do on those softs.
Chase on. 3.4 seconds is the gap between Nordis and Hurricane. This is game on.
And also I mentioned Sammy pitted as well earlier as well, so he's on those soft compound tyres. These hard runners haven't really benefited from anything, really. Essentially,
there we are.
The same strategy.
For the lead here.
But this should be easy pickings there for Hazara, and he takes the lead away from Berimi. Berimi, I expect him to be the pit lane at the end of this lap, but following Hazara's dirty air, might have cost himself a bit of time towards Nordis.
He's got to pit now, ready as Berimi, to respond to Nordis, who's currently in clean air at the moment, chasing down Harry Kane.
And also Adams is chasing down, looks like it's Langfell in front of him. Adams will be very careful to pick his way through on Langfell. Berimi and Draugen are in the pit lane to cover Nordis, but here comes Adams, still can't get past him, but he'll have to DRS down the straight unless he wants to overtake in his middle sector or final sector, which can be very difficult indeed.
Nordis coming around the final corner with Harry Kane here. This is going to be quite close actually between these two.
And Nordis has gained a bit of time on Hurricane. The last time I checked it was like 3.6, so he's gained a bit of time, but he's got a massive overcut on Berimi, which is very important.
So he stays ahead of Berimi. And it looks like Berimi has lost a bit of time. Yes, he has. It was, 1.3? Going out to that now. Now is what? 1.7. So he's actually lost time there to Nordis.
The power
actually,
of
no,
the
it's 5 seconds. So he has lost a lot of time there to Nordis.
That's the power of the undercut for you. It looks like Marty might rejoin behind both Hasses because they pitted one after another. So Marty rejoins in 13th place there. Both Hasses been glued together throughout the whole race. And looks like Jaguar's keeping his teammate in DRS range. But Martin on those soft compound tyres. Let's see if he can try and make his way through on one of the Hasses. It looks like Smoke is derated. Will Marty fancy his chances down the inside? No, he can't. So it's just, he has to stay behind him. But notice there, he's catching Harry Kane. He's 1.4 seconds away. I think this is a definite opponent there for Norris. What a drive from the Aston Martin driver. He slides out of turn 14, but he should have the grip advantage on those lovely soft compound tyres that go towards the end. What a drive from Norris.
And there we go. Here comes Martin down the inside of Smoke. And down the inside he goes and bullies his way through. Martin into P12. And then also, can we also give a big shout out to Harry Kane, starting last. That opening few laps for him made that very good, strong position going into the next race in Las Vegas.
Indeed, as well. We're getting a huge chunk on MDJ. He will surely overtake him in the championship battle. But the battle for P2 now is getting hot between Norris and Harry Kane. The two Norwegians close together. But we know Norris is on those fresher soft compound tyres there, so this should be easy pickings for him. And if he finishes in P2, what a drive considering he got blocked literally in qualifying. But he was lucky not to pick up a 5-second or 5 place grid penalty for hit the back of him. Here we go, then Harry Kane trying to defend, but he can't do it about it. Of course, Norris will try and drive his way around the outside or try and go down the inside. He needs to get past
him as soon as possible here to try and minimise the damage that Hazara has done. So he needs to get past him as soon as possible.
Might be giving his teammate a favour. Look at Harry Kane going slowly in these corners. It might be backing him up towards Berimi. So Norris has got to overtake Harry Kane now. He can't afford to be stuck behind him. Berimi's getting a lot of time in that final sector. Harry Kane may be using the battery, but Norris should have him covered. And here we go then on the straight. I don't think he can do it into turn 1. There's not enough space to do it.
I don't think he does.
He can't do it around the outside, can he? Yes, he can. He goes off the track.
Oh, what a move!
It's still going wheel to wheel into turn 3, but Norris has got to get this move done right now. Who has DRS? We're not quite sure. Who passed the detection point of where? Harry Kane has the DRS. He's trying to defend from Harry Kane. This is really frustrating and hurts his Norris race. He's got to get rid of that Red Bull now. Should he have the traction out of the corner at turn 5, which he doesn't. He should have overtaken it by now. And he can't do it, but now he can with lovely driving exit out of the corner. Going side by side into these corners. Norris off the track again. You've got to be really patient trying to overtake. Here we are with a better exit. And Harry Kane is really frustrating Norris there. I don't blame him because he's trying to help Berimi.
Oh my word, Harry Kane down the inside once more! Oh no, this shuts the door on him, but again goes off the circuit. Oh my word, that is some fighting.
I don't know how many penalties or I don't know how many warnings Norris has got, but he's got to stop it now. He's got to stop it, get rid of Harry Kane. He can't afford to lose a penalty. Lose a podium due to a penalty. Fighting a Red Bull driver on older tyres, he's got to dispose him now. Surely, he's out of the DRS range, should be now.
He isn't. Harry Kane's got the DRS. Harry Kane won't get DRS, and so will Berimi.
Will he have the advantage though?
He's actually giving the toe. Look at that. Harry Kane is giving Berimi the toe, and now he's on the back of Norris. Harry Kane has done a blinder of a job.
I'm not quite sure why he's done it though, because in a championship fight, he did it back in Imola where he gave him the victory. So Harry Kane is literally a helper towards his teammate, whereas I would be selfish and not help my teammates and continue to drive my own race. But we all have different racing etiquette, of course. But anyways, Norris now is under pressure from Berimi. He must be so frustrated though, being stuck behind Harry Kane. That's what's cost him. It's allowed Berimi to get 4 seconds now in his DRS range.
So that minimises the damage to Hazara. Gone, to say the least. It's now 20 seconds. Can I also make a small shout out to Langfeld? He's on 24 laps old on the hard tyre. He hasn't even stopped yet. He's the only guy to stop in this race.
Really playing for that late safety car is Langford, but now, very important that Norris drops Harry Kane out of his DRS, which he has done, is out to Berimi's DRS then. So the battle for P3 and P2 looking interesting. However, asserted Samid has caught up towards Harry Kane, and this battle's helped him get closer. He has got a 3-second time penalty. He's currently 2.7 seconds away from Draugen, but here comes Berry on the inside, and Sammy goes with the inside of Harry Kane and puts him into.
Oh, there you go, there you go. Your point proven there, Jamie.
He's gonna look back. He's gonna look back at this race and think, "What have I done?" You know what I mean? Because that's an easy podium gone. Literally a secure podium right out of his hands.
So is that now going to be precision podium for Harry Kane now? Because if he can stick with this DRS here with Samad, which he's planning to do. This is a slammed up podium for Harry Kane here.
We'll see. Harry Kane could get the podium, but he's got to stay within 3 seconds towards Norris because Samid has a penalty, Harry Kane does not. That beautiful defending has caused Norris to go off the track and rewarded him a penalty. Norris there letting his feelings get to him. He should stay calm and composed if he can. I know it's difficult to do so, but at the same time you've got to. That's what makes the best of the drivers, being consistent and try not to lose your focus as well. We've got somebody slowing down. Has Langfall? What's happened to him? Somebody's slowing down.
I think Langfall's got a puncher, I think.
He's just pitted Langfall. He's on the sock on bar tyres.
No, he's just not. So there was a yellow flag for something. I think it was one of the Alfa Romeos. I think it was Simon. Yeah, it might have been Simon would just gone off the track a bit there.
I think it was because there was an Alfa Romeo in that section where the yellow flag was, so I thought it was Langford because he was still on those hardcore bar tyres.
6 seconds for Samad.
Norris's only hope is that Samid and Harry Kane fight hard and try and get him out of the DRS range or the 3 second range. That's the only way, of course. Norris lost a lot of pace.
Yeah, about to say. So, what's Harry Kane going to do? Because is he going to play the smart or is he going to go aggressive? Because Draugen is now closing the gap on this slot now.
Yeah, he is. He's creeping this drought because that battle has really helped him get back into play. Harry Kane being a menace has caused a lot of drivers to be in play and contention for the podium.
What a frantic race!
Indeed it is. We're only about 5 laps away or 6 laps away from the end of this race, and it's proven to be a fantastic race. There hasn't been a battle for the lead so far in this Grand Prix. Hazara has been nowhere to be seen, like Verstappen sometimes in F1, but Hazara really showing why he's proven to be an ETA, a top esports team, and he's proven to be wise there.
Unbelievable job there from Hazara. Unbelievable. We got a car going slow. That is probably an AlphaTauri moving out of the way.
And importantly, Norris is outside the DRS of Berimi. So he's lost a lot of times towards Berimi. The other way around in the first stint, it was Berimi losing out to Norris. And now he's swung away for the Red Bull team in P2 there.
It's just going to be so intriguing to see how this works. So now, if I was Harry Kane now, I would say get past Samad and stay close to Noldis. So Noldis well, Berimi's is the yardstick here of holding Noldis up. So right now, Harry Kane's in the driving seat here to get third place away for Noldis to make a Red Bull 2-3. And Harry Kane starting 20th in this race is now in the prime position to get third place here in the championship and also extend his lead in the championship here.
Indeed he is ahead of MDJ. He'll take the championship lead after this race ahead of MDJ, and MDJ will hopefully be back next week and try and do something about it, of course. But we head on to lap 29 now of this Grand Prix. Berry in P2, Norris is struggling in P3 there. He's derating on the straight, and he had a mighty pace, but I think he's lost his head a bit now.
Draugen DRS.
Driver. And Draugen is in DRS now of Harry Kane. So Draugen, who was in a lonely race, has now caught up to the back of this trio. Let's see what he can do in P6.
Now, if Draugen can get past Harry Kane here, he'll be in the will be in the prime spot for a podium here. So right now, the podium fight is between Draugen and Harry Kane.
It is indeed, but Draugen's on those fresher soft compound tyres then, so let's see if that'll help him. However, Jagemel's got past Martin going up into turn 1. Adams is started to slowly but surely close in on Laser, with Laser pitted early to try and do the undercut on Adam there, and he has, but Adam starts to close in with those soft compound tyres too, so watch out for the battle for P7. He did beat him in the first stint. Can he do it in the second stint? However, Harry Kane is 1 second outside of DRS. He's lost DRS towards Samid, so Draugen now could try and get a podium in this race.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing myself, and Draugen, also Harry Kane being on 14 laps, all means is those medium tyres on Harry Kane's tyres are gone. Has he pushed too hard on them, defending for Noldis? Here we go. Draugen is now on the back of Harry Kane's podium here.
This is like a Minister of Defence there for Berimi. He really, for Harry Kane, he did a fantastic job to hold up Norris and put him back in second place. But Dragon now has got a provisional P3 as long as he can stay as long as he can stay within 3 seconds, which he is right now. The gap between himself and Norris is 1.6 seconds then. But imagine if these two start fighting and Norris loses out. Maybe Salmon and Norris could have a podium scrap there for P3 unless Dragon and Harry Kane have a problem there. But we'll see what happens now. Dragon's now on the podium. Let's see if he can stay there.
And also another thing as well, Dragon has got a lap fresher on soft tyres compared to Norris and Saman. So right now, Dragon is in the driving seat. Now what's Dragon going to do? Is he going to play it smart, or is he going to go aggressive? Is he going to want to get the podium on merit, or let the penalties do the talking? If I was Dragon, do it on penalties. Play it safe. You don't need to play the risky game here. Just play on the penalties.
Yeah, I don't think there's no way he can get past Samir because he's got DRS at the back in order. So I think, like you said, stick behind these two, use their DRS to defend from Harry Kane. He is in DRS range right now, and if he stays there for the remainder of this race, he will be in a provisional P3 unless he picks himself up a 3-second time penalty, of course. So Norris's only chance is other people picking up penalties around him. But Samad there is on the back now of Norris. He was out of this podium battle a few laps ago. He was on the hardcore power tyres as we head down towards turn 1. Samad is not close enough on the back of Norris there. We'll try and wait to go up into turn 5.
Different line there for Norris. They're going into the hairpin then. As who gets the drive going out to this corner. Or Norris a little bit shaky. They're coming out to that left-hander. Samad's going to have a look at the initiative, gives Norris a bit of a warning there to say, look, mate, I am here. I'm waiting to make that move on you.
Yeah, Norris having to check his left front mirror to see if Sammy will make the move or not. Yagamal and Martin scrapping over P9 and P10. There they are going down into turn 3. Bit of contact between the Haas and Mercedes, like it was last week as well. Both Haas's and Mercedes getting really close to each other. And now Adams is in the DRS range of a laser, so he finally caught up to him and let's see if he can overtake him. But here comes Martin back up the inside into turn 5 we go, but Yakima has the outside line which had a better traction, a better release as they continue to go wheel to wheel out of the corner there as we go into turn 6 and turn 7. Let's see how it unfolds. Martin around the outside, great lunge indeed from the
what a move there from Martin, absolutely brave stuff.
But here we are, lap 32. They're all close together. Will Samid overtake Norris going into turn 1? Harry Kane is derating on this straight. Here comes Samid then, closing on Norris as he pulls to the right hand side, and he will go up to a provisional P3. As you can see, then Norris is dropped into P4. Here comes Drago. What will he do? Stays behind these two. He doesn't have to risk it, of course.
Oh,
but contact's
no!
made! Norris is at the back of Samid, but luckily he's still in shape. He keeps the car going forwards, and he's still in P3 there.
I'll tell you what, Norris got away with that one there, but here goes Draugen then. Loving a look down the inside. No, not working. It's not going to work out for him from there.
I'd be nervous if I was Drago because he's trying to fight, but at the same time, if he fights too hard, it might allow Harry Kane to come through. So what does he do? He wants to be on the podium on merit, of course, like we all do, for pride, but at the same time, do you have to play it safe to try and keep Harry Kane in P6 there? He'll get to P4 at the end of the Grand Prix.
If I was Draugen, I would, because the thing is, let them squabble out. If they do make a mistake and spin each other out, clean overtake, clean move. But at the same time, you do want to get it on merit. But in his position right now, just let them fight, let them do their own thing. Let me worry about Harry Kane behind me, see what he does.
So it's the last lap of the Grand Prix. It's not a battle for the lead like it was in Miami. It's a battle for P3, but the difference is the two ahead of us have got penalties. Here comes Norris back on Sammy trying to use the little battery he has in the Aston Martin, moves to the right hand side, he takes P3 away, but as long as they keep it nice and clean, Drago should have a podium added to his name. But will Sammy try and get him back into turn 5? Let's have a look then as he tries and shape himself up out of turn 3, try and get a good launch out of turn 3 and turn 4, set himself up. I don't think he's close enough to overtake Norris unless he goes down the inside using the battery he has, just a little bit though. Is he close enough to go down the inside? Yes he does, up the inside, but make contact, and
no!
looks like Sammy there touched his side pod, but luckily stays in shape. For the second time in a row, both get unscathed and Dragon stays at P5. So, it looks like the podium will now go to Dragon. Looking like getting here is scary on the last lap of the Grand Prix for the podium. Not even fighting for a podium is Norris and Samid, but they're fighting for pride. And Samid wants that P3 on the track desperately.
Hazara about to go in the final corner, Jamie. Here he comes. Hazara about to win it.
So out of turn 15 then, we're going to keep an eye on the P3 battle. Hazara wins the Portugal Grand Prix, but the battle for P3 is intense. Norris defensive on the inside. Samuel have a better line coming to it. Look at Hurricane all over the back of Jargon. Can he outdrag him? Samuel there getting so close to the back of Norris there. You can see the back of the car is wanting to step out as he tries to get on the throttle there. As we make our way towards turn 15, they're all derating in this train, but Norris there will take a provisional P3. I don't think he can outdrag him towards the line. Can Samuel? Here we are across the line. Jargon is on the podium. Hurricane in P4, Nordis in 5th place ahead of Samid. Made that the other way around, of course, and Laser, unfortunately for him, winning a lonely race. But Adams did not overtake Laser. He stays in P7.
What a fantastic race. And there goes Martin and Jagermel. Them two have been swapping his positions all from the second part of the race. Jagermel will finish ahead of Martin for this part of this duration of the race. P10 for Jagermel. Martin with a P11. Another outside of the top 10 finish for Martin.
Wow, what a race that was. It may not have been battle for the P1, but the battle for P3 was intense. And Jargon out of nowhere, because he wasn't anywhere near these guys in the first stint, just running his own race, of course. But that defence of Hurricane bunched everybody up. Nothing Hurricane did wrong. It was hard but fair racing, putting his car in the right place at the right time. He's obliged to, of course. It's like a Sergio Perez back in 2021 against Lewis Hamilton, and he's done it here today in Portugal, which has allowed his teammate Berimi to get second place. And driver of the day, of course, let's not forget, Hurricane from P20 to P4.
Gee, what a race. Well done to Harry Kane, minimising the damage of the championship there, so well done to him. Look at an all-Norwegian podium. Aren't you surprised? The Norwegians are very, very good around here, I'm going to say the least.
It's a Norwegian top 5, so Norway absolutely dominate here in Portugal, and all 5 of them did a great job, of course. And Berimi, we're very happy about that one too. And Harry Kane from 20th to 4th, and Nordis. What a shame for Nordis there. He should have overtaken Harry Kane very quickly, but unfortunately couldn't dispose of it because Harry Kane put his car in the right places too. He used his battery to try and stay ahead of him too. I feel sorry for Nordis there. I don't want to be biased, of course, but it's always nice to see somebody new getting a podium. I really wish it was him tonight, but unfortunately it wasn't. But there's always 2 races left to go to see if he can. He's definitely got the pace to do so. Just keep it up for the next few races.
So we head into Las Vegas. The championship has heated up. Berimi, MDJ, Harry Kane, all going to Vegas. It's going to be Casino Royale. See what I did there? For the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's going to be all in for the top championship contenders, or they actually going to flop on the streets of Las Vegas. I'm getting too cringy with this now, aren't I?
Well, we've seen turn 12 to 13. That's a 1.8 kilometre straight. We saw in Portugal how someone in first place could get out dragged by 2 people. It's the same scenario will happen in Las Vegas. I guarantee you that the guy in front will get swamped by 2 or 3 people, especially down that 1.8 kilometre straight. So that's going to be very interesting to
down
watch.
the strip, definitely. Yeah.
So we've got our podium sitters here in this race. I think Drago's joined. He started in P3. He's finished in P3. Are you here, Dragon?
No, he won't come.
Oh, it's nice. I want to speak to Drago because he got his first win in Qatar, but I wasn't able to do it. But anyways, we go to you, Berimi. So Berimi, mate, your Red Bull teammate did you an absolute solid there, because when you came out the pit lane, you were 4 seconds behind Nordis, and you caught up to him and finished in P2. But what was happening to you in the first stint? Because it looked like you were struggling badly. Was it tyres? Was it just getting used to the track in general?
No, I had a massive moment. I think it was on lap 7 or something like that. And after that, I lost around 3 to 5 tenths on every lap. I didn't get confident with the car, and there was something with the tires after that moment. So there was something that I didn't had when I was practicing yesterday. So it's something strange with the tires on this game. After you have a spin or a moment like that, when I had to just hit hard on the brake to save the car.
And you finished in P2. You must be very happy with that, because I think all P2 was the best for you today, because Hazard was absolutely nowhere to be seen in this race. So you must be very happy with P2 to get the most out of it.
Yeah, of course, he was in another league today, so without my mistakes, I maybe could have been 10 seconds behind him, but nothing closer than that. He had just more pace, and I guess maybe a better setup than I had.
Were you surprised? Well, were you expecting the soft compound tires to drop off quickly, and you on the mediums hoping to gain on Hazara in the first stint?
Yeah, what we learned yesterday, I thought that I could maybe after 8 to 10 laps I could match his pace, and maybe I could gain something after I came out on new fresh soft. I don't think I could have catched him. 10 seconds is the closest I could have get, I guess.
I bet you were very happy for your teammate there because he did you a massive solid favour by closing the gap. But if it wasn't for that, do you think you could try and get Nordis on pure pace, or do you think you were too far behind to do that?
It's hard to say. I think maybe I could have catch him. I should have done that because I think I was generally faster than him today, but it's hard to say. It looks like I had the stronger pace on the soft than he, and 1 lap tire advantage is a lot on this track. So yeah, I think I could have catched him, but I don't think the guys behind me could have done that. So yeah.
Well, congrats on P2 stay there. It'd be a nice recovery drive after Miami. I know it was a struggle for you in Miami there, but we move on to another US race. How do you feel for Las Vegas?
Yeah, me and Harry had the same time pole last season, so yeah, I think it suits me well, and hopefully I can have a good race there.
Well, thank you very much, Bear Remy. Oliver, you got any questions for Remy?
Yeah, in terms of the championship fight, you, Harry Kane, and MDJ, you're very close now in the championship. What's going to be like now going towards the end of the season between you and Harry Kane now? Is it still going to be friends to the end for the championship, or is it now elbows out between the two Red Bull drivers?
Yeah, it's hard to say. Do you know how close it is? I'm not really sure.
I think it's getting a little bit close now, to say the least.
Yeah. Today Harry helped me, so if we have to see what happened in Vegas. We have to see what happened in the last race on Silverstone. So if one can help the other to try to win the championship, that would be nice. So for me, it's I'm satisfied with the situation. I'm looking forward to be on the podium on this season. So if it's a win for the team, that would be great, and for the friendship, that would be great as well. So yeah.
Well, it seems like Harry Kane.
Well done, buddy.
It seems like Harry Kane is a really good friend. I wish I had him as a teammate.
I think Harry Kane is in this party, to say the least. So we'll probably have a word with him after we speak to it. Can we call him Hazara Stappen? Shall we call him that today?
Hazara, I don't know if I've got any questions for you, but all I can say is, mate, is what a fantastic job. And you dominated in that race too. So what questions can I ask? Can you ask me a few questions?
How was the deck chair?
No, it was a good race. It wasn't much of a race, obviously, but yeah, it was. I just wanted to win this one, and I would like to dedicate this victory to you, Oliver. I know you've been going through it lately with the loss of your brother.
Bro, you didn't have to do that.
No, but I was thinking about it before when we did the 1 minute. So yeah, I thought I would like to win this one for you. So. Yeah,
I was actually I spoke to Martin about that before, and I said we move it to Vegas because that's when I returned it. But since you already done it, there's no point now. But I really do appreciate your condolences, and I just want to say again thank you to everyone for the condolences. It's been an absolute pleasure. But more on you. What were you thinking at all at a point I don't know, because Noel did have a little bit of mistake with the red gear, but sort of helped you out a bit there with the soft tyres, because it pulled you 10 seconds at the first stint, So you must have feel like, oh, must have feel cozy.
Yeah, I knew that obviously the hards are not really an option on this track because they're like 2 clicks harder than the medium. So, and I knew that from previous experience that you can just go medium soft or soft medium. And yeah, I just thought I've done like 2 races on this track on this game, and I've always gone medium soft, but this time I thought I wanted to gap. So I went for soft, and yeah, I got a good gap pretty early, so I think that was key to the race. I could just do my pace up front really, and yeah, I tried to stay out as long as I could. I think I pitted lap 15 or 16, and yeah, the mediums went in all the way pretty easily. They were a good tire.
In terms of the performance of this game, of course, we're now going towards the end of it now, coming into the new one. But I think the new one's coming out this month or next month. I think it was next month. I think. In terms of this, Sarah, of course you're going to be absolutely mentally fast in this game. But do you have any worries, concerns going into F1 24 now, or is it going to be business as usual for you?
I don't know how I will compare on that game, but I am worried because I tried the beta and it was pretty horrendous.
Yeah, me too.
To say the least, but yeah, I think hopefully they'll make some fixes. I'm at least excited about the new track. Like I know Spa has been updated and looks pretty nice. So yeah, I'm excited to try that. How I will fare on the new game, I have no idea. I will try to be quick, but yeah, you never know.
And in terms of your position in SFR, are you possibly going full time next season?
Yeah, I did sign up as full time, so that's the goal. Because most of the leagues I do tend to wait a little bit before starting up, so I would like to drive some races while we wait until those leagues start. But I enjoy driving in SFR. It's a big family, and yeah, I just think it's a lot of fun.
So, in terms of next season, is Hazara going to be pushing for the championship in Division 1 in F1 24 next season?
Yeah, if I'm driving full time and I can drive every day, then that should be the goal, yes.
You won't beat me, Hazara.
Yeah, if you can actually drive and not commentate, then we can have a big fight.
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah, he's too scared, don't worry. He won't.
I am too scared. You're very right. I mean, what can I do? You need ETA. You got all the best setups and all the advice. I'm in no team.
Yeah, I know your situation, but yeah, I can help you out maybe if we.
Nah,
do me a favor.
I'm not good enough. What favour is that?
No, I'm just joking.
£5 favour.
Right. No, all good.
I must have warned you, Division 1, when we do go into Vegas, get ready for my Las Vegas puns. That was a little preview at the end of the race. Get ready for my Las Vegas puns.
We'll get ready for Indeed.
Can you give us a preview or something?
Oh, I did actually at the end of the race actually. So if you want to go back and watch the stream, I did a little bit of punditry. Jamie had a little giggle, so
I will.
But yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. It's been a fantastic race. Once again, Hazara, congratulations for the win. Bear me great job on P2, mate, and Jargo for P3, considering he wasn't near the podium for the first stint. But anyways, we're going to move on to Las Vegas Grand Prix next week on Tuesday at 7:30. Join us then. It should be a fantastic race, and we'll see the battle between Hurricane, Bear me, and MDJ spice up in the last 2 races.